How Bizarre is intended for mature, open-minded audiences only. If you are easily offended, we suggest you turn this wacky shit straight off.
Even worse than the Hot Pocket is the pizza roll.
Oh, yeah, fuck those. Yeah.
Because those are little
fuck 'em on my mouth.
Concentrated pillows of napalm that you bite
Ready
into.
to explode.
It can't not explode.
Yeah, and you don't know, you can't control the explosion, you know? So you can't just
Well, been there.
bite into it and have it like go.
She didn't
They
believe
make
it
a
when I
cream
told
for,
her.
you know, they make a cream for that, Lyle, when you can't control the explosion.
Really?
And then you get up in the morning and you have Pop-Tart and some Captain Crunch. And
Lean into it.
Just a mouth destroying cuisine. I miss pizza rolls. I can't eat any of that shit anymore. Someone needs to invent a paleo safe, allergen safe pizza rolls. I'm sure they're out there. They've dialed in the nugget. Let me tell you, son.
Have they?
They have dialed in the nugget, and there's a pretty passable Swiss cheese. By the company Diet.
That's the rating. That's the review I want from any food. It's passable.
Well, listen, when you have to give up essentially everything, your life is passable. But there's some tasty fucking shit. The chicken nuggets are legit. Like if someone just handed me a pile of those chicken nuggets, like, yeah, these are chicken nuggets. The cheese and that sort of stuff, you know, it works when you put it in a Sammy and you're eating it with other things. You're not going to cut off a brick of Dia. It's a little Play-Doh-y all by itself, but it does melt, and it makes a decent plate of nachos. Got to be honest. And then there are those Sete chips. Oh, my mouth is watering.
Well, I was going to say that the Impossible Burger that has made its way.
You know, it's fine, but like if you go to Burger King and order one, it's more expensive than a fucking Whopper, which I don't like.
Yeah,
Yeah, right.
That makes
That's too
sense.
bad.
I mean, it's easier to kill a beast than do a science, right? Aren't these? Oh no, these aren't the. I'm thinking of two different things. These are just. What are they? Soy based?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Well, I used to eat, when I could eat soy. By the way, folks, we will get the show started here. We thought, well, we're all together waiting for James. Brandan is with us, and Rob, the Undertaker, is with us. We're going to be doing an epic 10-question round of Championship. We're going to get that started. But we thought, well, while we're all here, we may as well shoot a little shit. And somehow it got on the food topic. But when I could eat soy, I loved those like Morningstar little griller burgers.
Yeah, those are great.
yeah,
Boca
me too.
burgers.
Toss a Kraft single on them.
The breakfast sausage patties are so
It's
delicious.
legit. It's legit shit, man. Now I can eat. Now I just basically eat nothing but meat, and oddly enough, I miss some of those veggie delights, and I would go back to them if I could, but it's all fucking soy, and me and soy are no goy.
You know, so boy.
I'm no soy boy. Now see that place.
No soy boy.
The no soy boy.
It's kind of hard to say. Say it 3 times fast, Ron.
What's the soy bomb thing? You know what you couldn't say on the last episode, Chris?
I mean, lots of words.
Oh,
Let's
what
be
was
real.
it? No, it was only. Oh, a spiritual girlfriend. You kept saying spiritual girlfriend.
No, I did not. No, I did not.
You did, dude.
What
You
boy?
said it twice. You said it twice back to back.
Fuck off.
I was editing today.
That's when you hear it the most, is when you're editing.
Well, I edited it, and then after I'm done editing it, I usually will listen to the whole thing while I'm working, just to, I like to get on it and make sure it sounds okay. I mean, you think it's too late by the time you upload it, but you can re-upload it, and it can only maybe make it into a few iPods, but and so I listen to it again. I also like to listen to it. It's an interesting. Brandan, I don't know how much you edit your Rob, you do a podcast too. I don't know how much you guys edit. I edit quite a bit because we ramble and sometimes we have tech issues, and I like to keep it trim. Yeah,
yeah.
I edit a shit ton. Yeah, I should send you a
rough draft.
a screenshot of how many cuts I
where
make.
Chris yells at you to edit it out.
Yeah,
Make it sound good, Ron.
Well, I can't edit everything. I mean, that's gold. But what I do is, like, a lot of times, like, oh, hang on, I got to go let my cat out because it's driving me crazy. The shit like that. There's a lot of that pops up. And sometimes a thought will go nowhere. I don't edit all of that out, but I like the show to move on. And when you got 4 drunk, rambling folk, there's a lot of shit. And every now and again, we say something that can't be released. Like we use somebody's full name, or we're like, edit that out. I can't tell you how many times we do that throughout the process.
God. I wish sometimes I think we played with the idea of doing like a Patreon only, like talking about our private lives.
Hearing all this shit.
Would be the only,
Yeah, this couldn't possibly be legal, but we might get a few nickels out of it. We do still get some Patreon donations. I think we get a cool $40 every month.
Hey man, nice.
It's not nothing. That almost pays for the hosting. Not quite, but almost. Anyway,
to answer your question, we probably sit down and record for a little over 2 hours, and usually edits down to about hour 40, hour and a half.
Oh yeah, well you're doing quite a bit of editing then.
Yeah, well we get interrupted too. And, I have kids. My buddy has neighbors that always seem to drop by when we're recording.
Yeah, I think in the beginning it was mostly my coughs because I always
we were all in the same room.
Oh my god, and I just couldn't help it.
We would just politely wait for you to stop. I remember
that. Yeah.
Well, I mean, it happened here too. I mean, I had to mute.
Yeah, but you had your cough drop button there.
Yeah, right.
Hey, Brandan, while we have you on, let's talk a little shop. I love all of the podcasts you're a part of, but one of them was recently kind of dissolved. Is that correct?
Oh, the field goals one. Well, I haven't really done anything with field goals other than for the last
guest star.
I've been more producing. Well, like Dana, who took over as one of the hosts, I did her editing and posting, so I was producing. But yeah,
that's awesome. But other than that,
fired a bunch of people, and
I
guess they couldn't afford to pay a penny per download to the people hosting.
God, must be so tight then. Yeah. Well, you had shared on that last episode that you guys said that was going away, that they had made an offer for the Seahawkers at one point or something like that to be included in that, and you said no. Is that right?
Well, it was an offer in terms of, hey, bring all of your shows that you've ever done over to our hosting platform so we can put ads in your old shows and pay you a penny per download. And I said, how about I just do new shows and don't bring over my old shows?
Yeah, I still own those.
I would have fought for at least 5 cents a download.
Yeah, give me 5 times your going rate, none less.
God damn it.
I've downloaded all of our old episodes, 350 of the Tales from the Space Pod episodes, just to get them off that old server, which I'm still paying for because I haven't taken the time and the effort to. I don't want them to come down. I want them to be up there for people to get, but I haven't figured out how to make that happen with a different server. So, believe it or not, I'm still paying for Yahoo. And jeez, I've been paying for Yahoo for so long that when I first signed up for it, it was still GeoCities.
Oh wow,
that's how long I'm doing that shit.
Using your what was that program? Kind of similar to Discord. ICQ. You remember that? Oh my god, you never used it? Chris has.
ICQ, IRC.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, the IRC.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Boy, that could be a super nostalgic trip down memory lane to just hear like a cacophony of all those old sounds we haven't heard forever. Like I feel like that when I hear the old "You've got mail" and the I was like, wow. That
56K
brings
modem.
it all back, man. 1997, sitting in my little apartment in Yakima Street, feeling like a king because I had a JPEG of porn that was going to be ready by dinner.
In chat rooms?
No, because I was always coupled up back then.
See, now I was like 14 when chat rooms came about.
Yeah.
So it was like the perfect time to chat.
No, I didn't get into any of that until much later as a middle-aged man. I was like, what are you wearing? You're a girl, right? You got to tell me. Brandon, I got a question. How often do you use the yards? They don't matter, or whatever the little clip was you had me do. Does that come up ever anymore?
It was kind of a one-season thing that we used it the most, but I felt like that topic didn't come up as much this last year. So yeah, I still have it though. I wonder if I even have it on my soundboard.
Curious. Yards don't matter. Fun. I think that's what it was.
Think so. I think I got this one. I wonder if you can even hear my soundboard.
Catfish!
Yeah.
Yes. Oh,
yeah.
please give me some catfishes during this. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, throw up a catfish when you feel appropriate there, Brandon.
Yeah. Well, they use it to censor swear words. So
that's right.
Speaking of use, oh, that's right. You guys are a bit of an all ages cast. Christopher, when I was at that in the episode last week, I mentioned that I was going to go to a local Pink Floyd tribute show, and as I was sitting there, it was that show. It was the show before. It was the Whose Line Is It Anyway with Ryan Stiles and Jeffrey Probst. And I think is that his name? Jeffrey Probst, the Proopsy Doopsy Proopster. And I don't remember how it came up, but Probst at one point was like, "And always wipe front to back, ladies and gentlemen," and that got like this big applause. I wish I had been recording, but I texted the group and was like, "I just got complete validation." Oh, Greg Probst. It's Greg Probst from Greg Probst, and he said, "Always wipe front to back." I don't know. It was like maybe 2 a.m. that I woke up after that, and I just glanced at my phone and saw a very late night text from Christopher.
What's that?
with a meme that said, "Honey, you've hardly touched your sushi," and it was a shoe-shaped pile of sushi. And I don't know if you folks remember, but Christopher once
sometimes
one time said sushi, and of course we never let him live it down, and so that sort of became the code word for every time someone drunkenly mispronounced a word. I hear shows all the time, podcasts all the time, where somebody flubs a word. Nobody says anything. Nobody laughs. They just say it right and then move on.
All we do is lambast each other.
This has become gold, comedy gold on our podcast, at least for us.
We're just waiting for somebody to fuck up a word.
Oh, it'll happen tonight because I just poured me another Tullamore Dew.
Thankfully, Ronster edits, so he edits all his own fucked up words out. It's perfect.
Yeah, I'm getting really better at finding my own flubs. Yeah, go ahead, Lyle.
I found out what the hissing thing was. It was I have a cable that I was running some acoustic guitar, and I the cable's pulled, and I wrapped up the cable and put it on, in the back part of the desk. And so what it is just that cable, being out in the open, but plugged into the board.
It does sound better.
What's up, James?
Oh, are we all here now?
I think so.
Are fucking all present. But I want to take a quick little break. I need to make the pee-pee, and because I got 10 full questions for y'all.
Okay, we'll do a little audio check with James here. James, can you give me a little 5 count? Oh, was that it?
That was it.
Do it again.
All right.
Okay, one more time.
Yards don't matter. I forgot I put the little piano bit in there.
Yards don't matter.
It's a nice touch. I think that was your idea.
How about?
Well, I wanted it to be more like the more you know.
The more you know. That's right.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good little copy.
Yeah, I was getting that. I was picking that up.
Yeah. James, are you there? Can we get a little 5 count?
It looks like he was trying to talk, but I'm not hearing anything.
Are you talking to me?
No, James.
I am in the other room, Ron.
No,
there.
James.
Yeah,
James knows Discord and whatnot. So this is surprising that James is the one that's the trouble kid.
I think we got it. I think on my side anyway. It's through the settings. I think I got it.
No, it came back to hiss, but let's not mess with
it. I can't hear anyone. I'm in the channel, but do I need permissions to use voice?
Are you kidding me? Does it really?
No.
Didn't hiss?
Yeah, but it's all right. It's not bad. It's just the Discord sounds so much better than Skype. That's probably been there the whole time, and I just never heard it.
Right.
I'm right here.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Fuck yeah.
Nailed it first try.
All right. Yeah, first fucking try. Well, I'm super fucking pumped about this because we managed to get a night where everyone is available to do something we've been trying to do for quite some time now.
Yep.
And that is one of our champion shit rounds of weird trivia. And I almost call it strange trivia.
It doesn't matter what you call it. It's every which way.
I'm gonna start us off with a little celebration here on my end. I'm pretty excited about this. So if I could just have silence for 1 second. Oh, there it is. There it is. Wait, I hope you guys could hear that.
I didn't. Did you fart?
Did you shit?
Popped open champagne, but close enough.
Oh, okay.
Hold on. Yeah. Just, Ron, edit in a fart.
That
Make
was
me sound
champagne.
amazing.
Yeah.
We have a 10-question quiz tonight, motherfuckers. And technically only Rob, James, and Brandon are competing. And the winner between those three is going to get a How Bizarre t-shirt delivered right to their house.
Well, that is exciting.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And
Pretty
you know,
excited about that too.
before we get going, of
the other
course.
two contestants don't like T-shirts. Otherwise, you'll feel bad when you lose.
That's true. Before we get going, of course, we have to do the theme. Now, what's interesting about this?
I am.
Oh, go ahead.
I am gonna nail poop things harder than anyone's ever nailed it tonight.
Well, we were
I've been
talking
training.
about validation just a little bit ago, and I think Christopher is about to be validated by everyone else on the show. You're going to see how these guys hear the theme song every episode.
Because it sounds right until you play it, until we hear it back, and we're like, yeah, we nailed that poop things. It's
no, it will.
Poop things.
But the way that I am playing this thing is by hitting play on my phone. So hit it.
Poop things.
It's pretty close. On the goddamn brown hair. Championship round with 6 fucking players.
Yes.
Except there's really only 3, and we need to explain this. So, as we've mentioned on the show, teasing this thing, what we're going to do is we'll go through the usual thing. Well, me and Jon-Mark and Lyle are going to think about our answers just as we're playing along. It will all be for glory, though, and for your guys' benefit, because you 3 will then have our meanderings.
Wisdom? Question mark.
Wisdom question mark. Our wisdom question marks and our answers that we pick to either follow along with or go your own way. Now, there's no trickery here. We're not trying to throw you guys off. We're playing along just like we normally would, except our points won't count. It'll all go down to you. So I think it's pretty much straightforward, yeah?
You guys have any questions?
No.
That sounds like a questionless group right there, and I think we are ready to do this. I'm excited.
Here's the order in which we're playing tonight, and I'm going to say I'm already a little bit drunk, so expect a lot of sushi is what I'm trying to get at. Sushi.
Honey, you barely touch your sushi.
We'll do the standard order for the gents here, Ron, Jon-Mark, then Lyle, and then we'll go Rob, James, and Brandon.
Sounds good.
All right, you guys wait. Are y'all ready for this?
Wow, blast from the past.
Okay. Question 1. William Shakespeare either coined or popularized many of the common phrases we still use today. In fact, I'm going to read 4 phrases. You all know 3 of them were coined by Shakespeare. 1 was not, one I made up. Which one is not a popularized expression from William Shakespeare? Okay. A. Wild goose chase. B. Piece of cake.
A piece of cake.
C. Laughing stock. Or D. Break the ice. Again, one of these was not popularized by William Shakespeare. Wild goose chase, piece of cake, laughing stock, or break the ice. Ronster.
Well, it's interesting. Chris's mic is doing that now. You hearing that?
A little bit, yeah.
I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's just a Discord thing where it's like it's trying to limit. Maybe it's something on my end. I'll look. I'll fuck around while you guys are answering. But for now, I'm sorry. One more time through the answers.
Wild goose chase, piece of cake, laughing stock, or break the ice.
I don't know why, but piece of cake sounds more modern than the others. A laughing stock. I've never even really thought about what that means, but a stock sounds old-timey. Like the stockade.
Yeah.
Gonna laugh at you when they put you in the old stock. That seems old-timey.
Like yeah.
It's old-timey.
No, you don't want to be in the stock.
But they've only been making cake for 50 years.
Yeah. That's right. Only.
You might want a second opinion. How long baking's been a thing. I don't know. Just without taking too much time, I'm leaning toward the you made up piece of cake.
Okay.
'Tis but a piece of cake. I'm trying to think of how that would be said in ye old English. 'Tis but a piece of cake.
I like it. I think you sold me on it. Jon-Mark.
I don't know. I'm going to go with the break the ice, I think. I don't know why that's calling to me, but it is.
Okay. Put you down for a D.
I think I'm going to go with laughing stock.
What they're saying here is they're no help to any of you. And like,
yeah, so far.
Okay, I'm going to put you down for laughing stock. All right. Rob.
Yeah, thanks for the help on that one, guys. Great. I think I'm going with Ron on this one. I think I'm going with piece of cake. I don't think that. No. I want to change that. Can I change it?
Shit.
Yeah, you can change it.
Yeah, you already lost when you went with going with Ron.
I keep thinking. Yeah. Keep thinking back to this phrase that I used to hear people say about let them eat cake. So I'm thinking that might be something to do with it. But let's go with laughing stock for no other reason other than I don't know.
Perfect. I'll put you down for a laughing stock. C with Lyle there. James.
I'm gonna pick break the ice.
Ooh. Going with Jon-Mark. Smart bet. Usually.
Yes, it is usually.
Brandon.
I was between piece of cake and break the ice, and I think Ron won me over. I'm going with piece of cake.
He does do that sometimes. Okay. Just recording the results of that round here. Okay, moving on to question 2. In New York City, you can find just about anything you want, but you won't find one of these motherfuckers. Is it A, Walmart? Is it B, a Subway sandwich shop?
Is it C, the land of the
a
Subways?
Costco? Yeah. Or is it D, a Home Depot? Again, in New York City, you can find just about anything, but you will not find one of these. Walmart, Subway, Costco, or Home Depot. It doesn't exist in New York City.
It's interesting because those are good answers because none of them are really New York-y sounding businesses. Like picturing a New York City. We're talking about New York City.
New York City.
New York City.
Hard to picture any of them, really. But Subway is a funny one because it is the land of the subways. And I feel like maybe that would be a funny irony to the point where someone would write a story about it.
Okay.
Can't.
So I'm going to put you down for Subways, where it sounds like...
Well, hang on.
Okay. And allows. Calm down.
Listen. Subways are everywhere. If you stop... You can stop at a gas station out in the middle of the Nevada desert, and there is one very troubling-looking dude working the counter. They're
the number one franchised fast food in America.
Yeah, I was going to say, you look across the street and there's another one.
They're fucking everywhere.
It's kind of like Starbucks.
A hard time believing that there wouldn't be an Starbucks in New York City, but because of the irony of the Subway thing, that's the only reason I'm going with that. Interesting question, though. Yeah. And good answers.
I'll be down for Subway. And I think Starbucks would have been a great answer. I wish I would have thought of that.
Okay. I know that Starbucks exists there.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't, but I do.
I'm going to have to say Costco.
Ooh, going with the Costco. Okay.
So what I'm thinking is that like in New York City, like the city, they would kind of have their own kind of like, I don't know, they'd snuff their nose to kind of like other things. You know what I mean? I know Walmart's everywhere.
Sure.
They have Walmart's everywhere, and they have like the giant Walmarts. What I'm kind of going with Costco is because I think it's kind of more of a territorial thing. I think it's like, kind of like Starbucks. It started in Seattle. Now it's everywhere. But there was a time, you could only get it in Washington, whatever. I'm thinking Costco maybe has the same thing. So I'm thinking it's Costco. I think maybe that the franchise itself is kind of more of Western stated kind of thing.
Okay, I'll put you down for a Costco here.
I think I agree with you. Subway is everywhere. I think I remember seeing a TV show that they even had a Subway in a church somewhere, which was kind of crazy.
Subway, eat the flesh of Christ.
Yeah, there you go. I'm gonna go with Costco, and the only reason I'm gonna go with Costco is for NASCAR. I've seen a Home Depot car, I've seen a Walmart car, but I've never seen a Costco car.
Interesting.
I know that they race in New York, so I'm going with Costco.
I like
Maybe they have
one.
I don't know.
Okay.
Very interesting.
James.
I was really torn between Home Depot and Costco, but I'm gonna go with Costco also.
Man, it sounded like you said Home Depot. That's another website I've been to.
That sounded very British.
Are you going with Costco?
Yeah, Costco.
Perfect. Okay, James, gotcha. Brandon.
I'm Costco too. I lived out east, and we had BJ's and we had Sam's Club, and we did have Costco, but there are fewer of them.
Interesting. Okay.
I like your thought processes.
It is a Western.
All right, question 3.
Initially, it is a Western company, yeah, a Western U.S. company.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think it's from Washington.
Costco was
from. That's why they have the Kirkland stuff.
Yeah. Yes. The answer is yes.
Yeah, pretty sure it's Washington. Yeah.
Kirkland. I hadn't even made that connection, but I do remember the only one for a long time that I knew of was over that way. Okay.
Question 3. There are 2 states in the U.S. where drivers are legally not allowed to pump their own gas. One of them is Oregon. Most of us probably know that, being on this side here. But which is the other? What's the other state you're not allowed to pump your own gas in? Is it Oklahoma, New Jersey, Connecticut, or Pennsylvania?
I have no idea why, but there's something familiar about New Jersey. Like maybe I saw an episode of the Jersey Shore where Ronnie couldn't figure got in trouble for trying to pump his own gas.
Ronnie.
The total fucking gas either way, so I'm gonna go with Jersey.
Go with Jersey. Okay.
Too many mob bosses back there were setting those mooks on fire.
Yeah, I don't know why. Something when you said New Jersey, my spidey senses started tingling. So I went with that for some reason. I have no idea why, but it just kind of was like that's the one to choose.
Love it. Okay, Lyle.
I actually remember the first time I went to. Well, it's not the first time I went to Oregon, but it was the first time I had to get gas in Oregon. And I freaked out. I was sitting in my truck, I was going to film.
Don't touch my truck.
Well, I was going to film the Bigfoot stuff down there.
That's right.
I can't remember where. And the guy came up right behind me and started pumping gas. I was like, dude, what's up? And I didn't know. I had no clue. And I have no clue to this question. So I'm going to go Pennsylvania. For some reason, that kind of just... I don't know.
You don't sneak up on the crippler and pump gas. The crippler sneaks up on you and pumps gas. No.
Yeah, well,
pump something.
Wow.
Pumps ass.
It is very disorienting. What's even more disorienting, though, is to watch people from Oregon come to Washington and try to figure out how to pump gas. Like, they just sit in their car waiting for the attendant. They have no fucking clue how those machines work. I guess it's not that.
That's fucking funny. Okay, Rob, what are you going to go with?
I was just in Oregon, and it's interesting because only certain parts of it do they make you have somebody pump your gas for you. I pulled up to a pump in like Hood River and just sat and waited. Finally, really? The guy came out. He's like, "What are you doing?" Waiting for you to pump the gas.
Must be regional.
I didn't know that.
I don't know. Maybe it's just lack of employee or something. I don't know. I am going to go. I was really hoping you were going to say Rhode Island because I had that in my mind. But I guess what's close to Rhode Island, I'm going to go with Connecticut.
I believe you mean Connecticut.
Yeah, I was going to say it right. Say it in Christopher.
Speak Christopher talk.
It would be Connecticut.
Connecticut. All right, James.
What were the options again?
Oklahoma, New Jersey, Connecticut, or Pennsylvania.
English is weird.
I'm gonna pick New Jersey.
Jersey.
Jazzy. I feel Jersey's like too big of a city to have that happen. You know what I mean?
Technically a state. Yeah.
I don't know why I keep going back to the mob.
Yeah, I had
maybe the mob has taken it over.
Even before I had the options.
I'm sorry. You're going Jersey?
Yep.
Okay. Do a quick little scorekeeping.
I haven't pictured any of the Sopranos pumping their own gas. I can tell you that much. Woke up this morning, got my gas pumped by someone else. That's how the song goes.
I think the guy that was pumping my gas was high as fuck anyway. You know what I mean?
My brother. Okay, question 4. Anne Frank's dad, who lived past his daughter, actually edited her diary before it was published. What largely did he edit out of her diary? Was it A, typos and misspellings? Was it B, her infatuation with death in general? Was it C, Anne's mentions of her father's extramarital affairs? Or D, a bunch of references to sex and dirty jokes? Again,
wow.
Anne Frank's dad, who lived well past his daughter, actually edited her diary before it was published. What largely did he edit out of her diary? Typos and misspellings, her infatuation with death, Anne's mentions of his extramarital affairs, or a bunch of references to sex and dirty jokes?
That's really interesting because out of the blue, I just recently read about how there was controversy years ago about did Anne actually. There's still controversy about how much she actually wrote, how much was edited. I didn't read the whole story. I kind of skimmed, so I didn't see any specifics about what is disputed. So this is interesting. I mean, right away, the old man would want his nefarious stepping out.
Don't know why. Yeah.
That really do just only serve to soil the story. Wouldn't ruin it. But I could see the old man getting it. Boy, in the time of when literally all hell is breaking loose, yeah, maybe the old man found his pleasures although that could have been referencing something that happened before the dark times. I don't know. This is hard. I'm going to go with my gut instinct and say I'm going to just do a little
edit this out, Dad. Make me sound like not a douchebag.
Yeah, when was whiteout invented? Was it Anne Frank's father? I'm just going to erase that little part. What's missing here? Yeah, that he edited the fuck out of his stepping out.
All right. Perfect. Jon-Mark.
I'm just going to go with the old typos and misspellings.
Okay.
Yeah. It was a different time back then,
12?
especially with the Holocaust going on.
Holocaust.
Holocaust.
Was that a purposeful pun?
I mean, she lived up in like these little nooks with her family. I mean, there's, it's tight living. I couldn't imagine you doing something.
It'd be hard to get away with
nefarious and getting away with it. You couldn't. You know what I mean?
Man.
You're all nestled together.
There's a hole. There's a way.
And it's a different time.
If only
it's
she had an outlet for that. Well,
it's a whole different time. They didn't talk about shit like that. Like, affairs and, I'm sure they happened, but they weren't as common, I think, as today.
No.
I think we're a little just desensitized to everything,
Sure.
In the 2000s.
Certainly, marriage is kind of.
I'm gonna go with the death thing. I think maybe he read through it and then because I mean that leads on so much of depression, suicide.
Maybe
thoughts,
it was too much. This is rough already.
Maybe it was too much, and maybe he didn't want to think about his daughter that way.
Well, it's a good guess.
Makes sense.
So,
okay,
that's my guess. Ciao.
Rob,
can you read the results again, or the answers again?
Sure. Yeah. What did he edit out of her diary? Was it typos and misspellings? Her infatuation with death and Jen? Anne's mentions of her father's extramarital affairs, or a bunch of references to sex and dirty jokes?
I'll take sex for 200, please.
Yeah.
Kind of rooting for that.
I'm assuming
one.
you're going with D because there was two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that was an option. Oh,
going with the big D, if you know.
the big D.
How old was she? 13, 12, 13? What? How old? Do you guys remember?
I don't. I wish I would have refreshed myself on it.
I'll look it up in a bit.
Somewhere right around there. Yeah. Okay, James.
Dirty jokes.
Dirty jokes all the way, James.
Interesting.
Okay, Brandon.
Give me the D.
I'll give you the D.
Oh.
Wow, all of our guests with the same fucking answer. I love it. All right. Let's move on to question 5.
So
the loudest recorded words ever. It's okay. Did you have a question or something?
No, I was just gonna.
How old was she?
I was looking up how old she was when she died. She died at 15, so yeah, she would have been 13, 14 when she was writing it, I guess. Yeah. It's sex jokes.
Dirty jokes in there.
Dirty and sex jokes. Yeah, sure. I mean, she was a teenager.
Yeah. Who knows? Yeah.
Oh, I'm dying to know.
Okay, the loudest recorded words ever spoken from a human were the words "quiet." The words reached 121.7 decibels, a sound as loud as a thunderclap or chainsaw, and they were recorded by an Irish person who does this for a living. Is it A? Is a teacher?
Yeah, I've heard some loud quiets.
Is it B? A prison guard? Is it C? A librarian? Or is it D? A stay-at-home mother of 6? Again, the loudest recorded words ever spoken, this is Guinness, from a human were the words "quiet." Well, the word "quiet" is not really more than one word, really. The word reached 121.7 decibels, as loud as a thunderclap or a chainsaw, and they were recorded by an Irish person who does this for a living: teacher, prison guard, librarian, or stay-at-home mother of 6. Ronster, where are you going to go?
Well, when you said teacher, the first thing that came to my mind was the Cheech and Chong class, quiet. Thank you. Remember that bit? Old timey shit. Fuck. I feel like you can't fire you can't fire with fire. That's just a Ronster staple. There's no firing with fire.
That's just a lot of fire.
So if you're in a library scenario, you can't yell quiet, but sometimes you have to yell quiet. But I do believe you have to yell quiet often in the classroom. But who was recording? I'm trying to figure out when this was recorded. Could be recording the class lecture.
It was a Guinness recording, so it was.
Okay, yeah.
It wasn't.
Thanks for that clarification. Yeah. Gotcha. This was what they did for a living, not when it was necessarily done. So he would have developed these pipes. Boy, that does sway me. I'm torn between prison and school. Which
as one usually is.
Stay in school, kids.
A lot of us are. I think prison is edging me out just by a hair here.
Oh, edging you out. Okay, Ron. I'm gonna edge you out of
prison edging. Oof, don't want prison edging.
I'm just stoned enough where everything's dirty. Perf. Okay. Jon-Mark.
Prison edging. I'm gonna say librarian.
Perfect. Okay.
Librarian.
I'm edging myself to prison myself.
Notoriously quiet.
No, well, they teach you like when you're trying to like sing and stuff. It's all from the abdomen. It's from your gut, and it seems to me like.
So I'm going with stay home mom.
Well, no. The thing is like in having that stress enough to go the distance with the fucking. I would have said like somebody skydiving said, "Oh fuck," without his parachute.
Yeah,
but I mean that's pretty goddamn loud,
you're gonna die, but we want to get this as legit as we can. So really give it your most genuine.
It's just always.
No, I'm gonna go with the prison.
Fuck.
I'm gonna go with the prison guard thing because I think a guy like that would mainly be in shape, right? like go to work out and go
God
to the
hope.
gym.
Yeah.
You got to. You're gonna get beat up by the inmates. You gotta.
Yeah.
So, and that would give you the gut to be able to just get out there and fucking yell that shit.
I like it. Okay. Rob.
Do we get to hear it in an Irish accent? So
Only if Ron does it.
I can't yell. I'm not a yeller. But no, I can't yell at all. I sound like an angry Muppet when I try to yell, Irish or otherwise.
Oh man, now I really want to hear it.
Quiet. Wait, let me try to make it more Irish.
Yeah.
Quiet.
Whiskey dog. That's Arnold Schwarzenegger.
It's like we're going back to the Holocaust.
Quiet, you will be.
Quiet.
Quiet.
What? Wow.
Yoda.
Quiet.
I can totally see why those kids threw you on the ground and stole your hat. There was nothing threatening about that at all.
Okay, now be quiet.
Brandon, you're welcome back every week. Let's see, where are we? Jesus Christ.
Classic.
Rob, did I get your answer? I apologize, sir.
Mother of six.
Mother of six. Mother of God,
Yeah.
indeed.
Quiet.
I like that. James.
The librarian.
Okay. Brandon.
And Ron won me over with Cheech and Chong, going with teacher.
Yeah.
Oh, a teacher.
I'm glad someone knew what I was talking about.
Wow, every answer got
Ron went away
it.
from that answer.
He did.
His logic and then went
Yeah,
away. So
I'll probably regret it.
yeah.
Okay. Question 6. When cats bring humans dead animals, they are doing so because of this. Is it A, they want to contribute to the household? Is it B, they want to bring their humans gifts? Is it C, they believe they are eliminating threats of other predators coming around to claim prey? Or is it C, D even? They think their owners are bad hunters and couldn't survive on their own. Again, when a cat brings a human a dead animal, it's really doing this, studies say. Is it A, they're trying to contribute to the household. They want to bring their humans a gift. They believe they're eliminating threats of other predators coming around to claim prey. Or they think their owners are bad hunters and couldn't survive on their own.
Interesting.
Ron.
This is interesting because I always heard they were bringing you a gift, but that could be, like the old, I know wives' tale isn't, what's the modern appropriate phrase? An old urban legend, shall we say. That could just be, that could be wrong. Contributing to the household, I don't think cats...
You earn your keep, meow.
I don't think cats are interested in contributing shit while they take their third quick 6 nap of the day. But they do. They know how to get our attention, and they know how to, we all know how different our cat is when they're hungry versus full. Hungry? Oh, how you doing, meow? Don't we have the darndest of relationships? When they're full, they could give 2 fucks about you. I'm sorry, what was D?
They think their owners are bad hunters and couldn't survive on their own.
See, I'm leaning toward that. If it's not the gift thing, I think I'm going to go with the gift thing. But if it's not, I feel like it's probably that. If scientists and feline researchers have looked into this, I could see that being the thing where they feel like they have to step in. Am I talking myself into it?
No, it's great.
Because I feel like this might be kind of a trick question. Not a trick question so much as this is... I mean, haven't we all heard that it's the cat bringing you a gift? Maybe it's not.
Sure. Yeah.
I'm a dog person.
I'm going to go with D. I talked myself out of it, and this could be twice now that I've talked myself out of the right answer. But I'm going to go with D. I'm going to think that maybe some sort of nature thing will come in and is like, all right, bitches, you ain't figuring this out, and our species is going to die if I don't go out and step it up.
I've seen how you get my food, and I'm not impressed.
Yeah. Another 2 teaspoons, huh? Wow. Times are going great for Ron the artist.
Did you manage to sneak up on that wet food, or did?
I barely heard that can opener coming from 3 rooms away. Yeah. It was interesting.
Okay, Jon-Mark.
Yeah, something about the thinking we're bad hunters seems right. I don't know why I think that, but I'm going to go with that one.
Cats are such interesting hunters because they are one of those hunters that hunt for fun, like a lot of people.
Well, I was going to say that, like in their DNA, they're cats, they're feline. They're related to like mountain lions and lions and tigers.
I have another great large cat question later, so keep this rolling, Lyle.
Well, not so much bears. You get the
no, not so much.
Nope. Not so much bears, but
barely.
And their DNA is barely.
It's almost as if they're in a different category.
I'm gonna go with they run around and they kind of protect their little zone. If people like might be intruding, they just like snatch and then like bring it back and say, "Look, I got the fucker that was gonna poop in your yard."
I like that. Yeah, okay. All right.
I bring off.
Now let's get to the people that matter. Rob.
Right.
Mm-hmm. You guys got a lot to go on here.
Wondering how the scientists come up with this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. How do they do the way they ask the cat? I don't understand how they.
And how'd that make you feel, Meow?
Yeah.
The way they got to it is by being the first people to call themselves researchers that looked into it. That's how science works.
All right, well, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with A, contribute.
Oh, I like that.
Trying to contribute something.
Yeah, right?
It's
about fucking time.
That's cute, but I just don't buy it. Not cats. Dogs, 100%. We'll see.
Okay. James.
I'm going to go with they think you're really bad at hunting. Only because I've seen a lot of memes on it.
That makes sense, too.
Oh.
Okay, I'll put you down for they think you are bad at hunting with Ron and Jon-Mark.
We're going to starve if it's up to
Brandon.
Motherfucker.
So D is the funniest one, but so nobody's taken the cliche answer of
I don't think so.
Of a gift. I'll go with that one. I just wonder if it's a trick question or if Chris thinks he's like so knowledgeable about cats that we wouldn't know these other answers.
That's
I do have a new kitten, so I'm right there in the.
He's been looking shit up.
Bro,
why did you bring me this?
Been googling stuff. I'm sorry. You going with gifts then?
It's a gift.
What does it mean when your dog brings you a turd from the cat box?
It means he just forgot to eat it.
Yep, true enough.
He thought it was chocolate. And
Grandpa used to call it the Almond Roca Factory, chocolate. And I don't like it at all.
Yeah.
Okay, question 7. One of the following statements about tigers, motherfuckers, is true. The rest I made up. So only one is true. Is it A? Tigers do not purr.
Oh.
Is it B? Tigers, while not the fastest creatures on Earth, can accelerate faster than any other animal.
0 to 38? What's the fastest? What's a cheetah go? Can't they do like 60?
A cheetah is like a 60 or maybe 70.
Is that right? No, not 70.
It's fast, dude.
I feel like 60 is an overshoot.
Yeah, well, maybe 60. Well, no, maybe 50, 60.
I won't look it up yet because I don't want to spoil anything.
I'm not looking it up because I'm not trying to.
I'll look it up in a bit. I feel like that. Yeah. I feel like no cheetah.
They're fast.
Can do freeway
Jaguars.
speed.
They're fast, dude. Yeah.
Is it C? Tigers only sleep for 6 hours a day.
That would be a difference.
Or is it D? Well, traditionally cats sleep a lot of hours in the day.
Right? I know, that's what I'm saying.
I don't think they're nocturnal.
Yeah. Or is it D? Tiger cubs have better vision than adult tigers. Again, one of these is true about tigers. They do not purr. They are not the fastest creatures on Earth, but can accelerate faster than any other animal. They sleep for 6 hours a day, or their vision is better when they're cubs.
I think a feline is a feline in a lot of ways. And I gotta imagine all felines do a lot of sleeping, but God, these domesticated bitches, they probably figured out we can get more than
we can sleep
6 hours a day. Yeah. God, I like I like the intricity of saying the word intricity of not being the fastest, but being the fastest accelerator.
0-6. Yeah.
I'm going to go with that. All right, this is a fucking hard round. I knew you'd step up your game for the championship round, but this is a hard fucking round, man. I have not felt confident about one single answer. There's usually one that I'm feeling like, I feel good about New Jersey because everyone else went with it. Well, some of you did, but everything else, not feeling good.
Okay. Put you down for accelerate. Jon-Mark.
I'll put you down in the wrong category.
I feel like I've heard the tigers don't purr thing before, but I don't know if that was a thing that was being debunked or if that was a thing that was being presented as truth. I can't remember at this point. So I'm gonna go with that.
It's easy to imagine them purring because we've all seen footage of them being like petted like a cat by their trainers or owners, and you sure would expect them to be purring.
Yeah, I remember watching what was the animal guy that got stung by the stingray? What was his name?
Steve Irwin.
Steve Irwin was fucking around with lions and stuff. Yeah, and they were purring. Well, so my question is it what were we looking for? The one answer that's true?
Yeah.
Or the one answer that's false?
You're looking for the one that's true.
Then I'm gonna go with cat purr.
The cat purr. Okay.
What, that Rob. They don't purr?
That they do.
Oh wait, okay.
Well, the answer was that they don't.
So the answer is that they don't.
Oh.
So if you think that they do, you want to pick something else.
Then then it's going to be the acceleration thing. Because I imagine a giraffe. Dude, they got such a long reach. It's
giraffe?
Yeah, I mean they're so tall and their legs are so long.
Those rare giraffes.
If you're talking about accelerating super fast, a giraffe would probably beat a lion.
You know,
little peg
those
legs.
suckers during Noah's flood, they should have just got on the giraffes and they would have been fine.
Exactly. Rode the wave.
See, this is what we're talking about.
To the upcoming football giraffe.
We were never going to let giraffe go.
Trying to figure out how the speed of a giraffe has anything to do with the speed of a tiger.
Well, he has maybe giraffe means the wind draft.
It was just an animal that's close to like where a lion would live. You know what I'm saying? You can't do it with an elephant. They're pretty slow. They got that big old fucking nose, you know.
Nose.
Yeah.
Rhinos, you know.
Those elephants are famous for their noses.
Close the door. I'm feeling a bit of giraffe.
Well, Rob, after all that, let's see where you're going to go.
The truth is, I can tell you that Chris is high as a giraffe's ass.
I'm high as giraffe's pussy for sure.
There you go.
You're feeling a giraffe. Oh, so many good ones in there. Okay, we really took you guys on a journey there. So where you going, Rob?
Yeah.
I'm going to follow Jon-Mark. I think they do not purr.
Okay, I'll put you down for an A. James.
Can you go over them one more time? I'm sorry.
No, how dare you need to after that mess. They don't purr. They accelerate very fast. They only sleep for 6 hours a day, or their cubs have better vision than the adults do.
I think I'm going to go with the purring one also, because I remember watching a video about cheetahs, and for some reason I think that only cheetahs can purr, so I'm going to go with tigers.
Okay. Brandan.
I think I like fastest accelerators. I just wonder if they do like the same little butt wiggle that cats do.
You know they do, as they're purring.
Yeah.
Question 8. This famous actor once was a school teacher, but was fired from their teaching job when they punched a 15-year-old student who pulled a knife on him. Who used to be a teacher that got fired for punching a kid that pulled a knife on him? Was it Kevin Costner? John Hamm?
How could you get fired for... That's the easiest self-defense in the world.
I would agree with that, but it has still happened.
Okay.
Kevin Costner, John Hamm, Liam Neeson, or Samuel L. Jackson. Well, these people were a teacher before they were an actor, and they got fired for punching a kid that drew a knife on them.
One more time, real quick, with the answers.
Kevin Costner, John Hamm, Liam Neeson, or Samuel L. Jackson. Ronster.
Another fucking guess. Was Sammy Jackson a teacher? I would be intimidated by that motherfucker.
I'm tired of these motherfucking D's on this motherfucking report card.
You gonna hand in your homework, even if it's bad, Ron? Just hand in that motherfucking homework. John Hamm. Jesus Christ. I'm gonna go with Liam Neeson. Because that's my guess.
Fuck yeah.
These are all guesses tonight. Good thing I ain't playing for points.
No doubt. Ron, you sound a little tinny all of a sudden for some reason.
I reset my vocal settings because I noticed there was definitely a delay. You guys weren't hearing me for at least a full second after I was talking. The delay's gone, but I think that also reset my input. So go ahead and continue, Chris. I just got to switch that back.
Jon-Mark.
I want to say Samuel L. Jackson because initially he seems like the only one when you first think about it of those dudes that would be like.
Oh, because he's black.
God damn it!
Racist motherfucker.
Just because of the characters that we see him play, right? Like he has that aura, right? So
for sure. I think he was in a movie where he was a teacher once, wasn't he?
Yeah, I think so. But I can kind of see. Oh, fuck it. I feel like he's the obvious plant, but I'm going to go with Samuel L. Jackson.
I would love to see him as a teacher.
Mm-hmm. You sound great again.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna run out, reach out, find you, and then I'm gonna kill you.
Oh, you go
I
with
think
Liam.
it's a set of very specific skills.
The thing that popped in my head was Liam Neeson.
Oh, okay.
So
he's the only one I can
go
think
with
of
your
that
heart.
seemed teachery.
yeah, it's the first.
That's true also. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay. Rob.
Only because he taught me about the Burger Royale and they don't use the metric system. I'm going with Jackson.
That
was a
burger.
lesson. That was a lesson that we all remember.
That's right.
What do they call the Big Mac, Little Big Mac?
McRoyale.
McRoyale.
McRoyale with cheese.
Yeah.
The number one exporter of sesame seeds in the world, apparently, according to last week's.
Apparently.
Learned some shit.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Your facts were all sorts of mixed up with what the last few sentences you said, but it was kind of amusing, so I'll just leave it at that.
It's like, you fucking peasants, you untraveled, uneducated motherfuckers. I imagine Jon-Mark says that a lot in his movies.
Why don't you go to Tokyo for 2 weeks and talk to me then?
Silently judging.
I was born in Bangladesh, and now I'm doing this. James.
Liam Neeson.
Oh, 100% Liam Neeson.
Interesting.
Already. Okay. Brandon.
I am banking on the fact that Christopher F. Hart is a huge Kevin Smith fan. And the one podcast that listens to is infatuated with Liam Neeson. So I think that this came from one of Kevin Smith's podcasts.
Interesting.
So are you going with Liam Neeson?
I'm going with Liam Neeson.
Oh, holy shit. They do a lot of jokes about his wiener, guys. Apparently, Liam Neeson has a legendarily large dick.
That doesn't surprise me at all. Ye old Irish big dick energy. Ye old energy.
Didn't you know that's the way he disarmed the kid? He just whipped it around, did the helicopter dick, and
when he was on the phone saying he has a series of special skills, he's unbuttoning his trow.
Oh no, that's why he got fired. God damn it!
Nice.
Okay.
Setting a template for the rest of the episodes of this show.
Question 9. A recent study done on mice has shown that if men regularly consume this, they are much more likely to have higher testosterone levels and subsequently larger testicles than men who do not. What will cause you to have larger balls if you consume it regularly? Is it Coca-Cola? Is it rum? Is it bison meat? Or is it semen? Consuming one of these will boost your testosterone and subsequently give you larger testicles.
Well, I was about to go with the rhyme that bison makes you ricin'.
But the cum makes you what?
The cum will get you some.
No, we can't talk like that.
The
on
cum
air,
increases
right?
your sum of the ball.
It's
mass.
a kid's show, right?
Do we want bigger balls? I feel like we got enough to deal with down there. In terms of comfort wise, I feel like they're in the way.
Mm-hmm.
I get that bigger balls can mean, other things that could be advantageous, but bigger balls in general, not interested. I'm looking to get those things. I would like them to somehow retract into my butthole or any place.
Back inside?
Doesn't have to
jump my butthole, though.
Jump in some cold water, man.
Some place that they could... A storage cargo for a ball cargo. Some little compartment that opened up and just kept them out of the fucking way.
For like self-defense, right?
When I'm riding a bike or, doing other things where I don't need balls. And that's most things, by the way. Most times we don't need our balls.
Well, we'll know what you need to avoid here from this list.
But you need to go balls deep every once in a while, right?
Well, that's what I'm saying. You don't always want to have no balls. Sometimes you want all the balls. You want to be the belle of the balls.
Damn right.
Oh my God.
Jesus Christ. After all that, you're going to have to give us the answers again.
Okay.
Real quick.
Coca-Cola, rum, bison, or semen?
Coca-Cola has to be a ball and testosterone killer. High fructose corn syrup, maybe if you're drinking Mexico Coke, where it's pure cane sugar. But up here, I can't imagine Coca-Cola being a boost to your testosterone. Semen. Semen seems newsworthy. That seems like the kind of thing that would come across a dude's
something
news reel, and he'd have to really think. How much
do
testosterone?
I turn this into a news quiz question or just buy some semen on the black market?
Semen. I'm gonna go with semen. Is going to enhance my testosterone, but it could be one of those. Could be the ultimate herring, the white herring here. But I remember thinking, well, when you're bleeding, just drink the blood and it'll go back into your system. As a kid, it wasn't like last week. But as it turns out, it doesn't actually work that way, and I don't know how your body would process semen. Interesting though, but I'm gonna go with semen. Testosterone booster, get them shit back in the tank.
Just reboot.
Just a circle of cum. Just a circle of cum. The path unwinding.
Everything the cum touches is yours.
Lyle.
Oh wait, Jon-Mark. I jumped Jon-Mark. Jon-Mark.
I don't know why, but I want to say Coca-Cola.
No.
Everything that Ron just rallied against went down the toilet.
Yep.
High fructose.
I'm gonna school you guys because in dialysis. I'm end stage level 5, so it's kind of like the end of it. Coca-Cola is some of the worstest shit you could ever drink, and that goes out to everybody. What it is the dyes that they stick in the Coca-Cola to make it brown. Like the only thing I could drink is like clear stuff, like clear pop, like 7-Up, Sprite. I think root beer is naturally brown, so they don't put dyes and stuff in it. But your body can't process it, so it stays in your body, right? So, and I don't think it would create testosterone. I think it would. It's like if I drank it, it'd probably kill me if I drank it a lot. Just in my situation.
So you're solid semen, is what you're telling me.
Semen, I don't think.
If you're drinking chugs jizz.
If you're drinking jizz, if you're doing the bulk A thing, I just don't think that's going to work because the process is different. It's still in your body, right? So, who knows?
Well, all of this is...
Well, who knows?
On semen jizz.
Because when you're drinking jizz.
Yeah, because I don't know. I've never tried it. Yeah. But what I'm leaning against is the what was the second?
Rum.
The rum.
Oh,
the rum.
Okay.
I think, because I drink enough of it. back when I was healthy. I know that it definitely felt like I could go and take on the world. You know what I mean?
That is interesting.
Put my foot up
it
on
makes
that
you
barrel.
want to fucking fight. Those are two things tied to testosterone. That's really interesting.
So I'm kind of going with the rum.
Okay, Rob.
I'm gonna go with bison meat.
Ooh. I love how everyone's all over the fucking map. It's perfect.
Pure meat is supposed to be pretty good for testosterone, right?
Well, it's bison too,
Yeah.
Get the pure shit.
You want to
Probably
change your
loaded.
answer up, Lon? What's up?
No, I'm just referring.
James.
Nobody's picked semen, right? I'll go with that.
Ron has picked
Ron
semen.
has picked
Ron's
semen.
a
So
hard
if Ron
semen.
picked it, never mind.
He wants to upload.
Yeah, that's a good backtrack.
I'll go with meat.
Spit
then.
it out. Spit that answer out. You going with what?
I'll go with meat then.
Well, Ron, if you spit it out, you're never going to get a second date.
Hey, I never judged. I don't expect anyone to swallow. I don't care if they gargle with it. I don't care if they spit it. I don't care if they dodge it altogether. We've already got past the fun part. I'm about to be asleep in 8 seconds. You do what you got to do.
Take it or leave it, bitch.
Make me a sandwich.
Yeah, towels over there.
Okay. All I'm missing is Brandon here. Brandon.
Yeah. Rob was so confident with his answer about the bison meat.
Sure was.
I think I'll make it a family game.
We're talking to someone with big ass balls.
Well, they
Big-ass
have
bison-eating
in
balls.
Montana. They have the mountain
the
or
testicle
rocky
festival.
oysters.
Mountain oysters, yeah.
Yeah, and so like I could
Testy
see
festy.
a bison like being full of fucking testosterone.
Right.
Oh, they're the crown jewels
Oh yeah.
of the testy festy.
Okay, lastly, here's kind of a fun one now. I realize this question is a bit of a crapshoot, but not too long ago, Jon-Mark and I were having a conversation in private about something, and this came up. He told me a story recently about a friend of his that was a drummer for a band we all know. All I'm going to say, I just want you to guess the band that Jon-Mark's friend of a friend was in. It's kind of incredulous.
Okay.
For a period, now this wasn't an extensive period, and there's lots of backstory to this, but for a period, Jon-Mark's friend of a friend drummed in this band. The rest I made up. Is it A, motherfucking Rush?
Okay, next.
Is it B, Tool?
Yeah. Yes.
Is it C, Pink Floyd?
Okay.
Or is it D, Eddie Money?
Now wait a minute. I need the full setup of this question again.
No,
Because
you'll get it after.
how have
You'll
I-
get it after.
Well, you
But
just of what you already
Again.
gave.
okay. Me and Jon-Mark were having a conversation not too long ago, and
Okay.
he told me about this. That a friend of one of his friends was a drummer for a period for one of these bands.
Friend. Okay.
The band. So again, Rush, Tool, Pink Floyd, or Eddie Money.
You know,
Monster. Yes.
you know,
Continue.
because this is a special occasion and my points don't mean shit. I am chasing the money herring, and I feel like that would be something that Jon-Mark might have recently learned, because I don't think we've had this conversation. If we have, I've fucking forgotten about it. Jon-Mark and I have had a lot of conversations. So this could be a new development that he just found out that his friend
Of a friend.
drummed, a friend of a
Friend of a
friend
friend,
drummed. That's key. That is a key distinction for Eddie fucking Money. And I feel confident about that because it doesn't matter. But that's why I'm going.
Going.
That's
Eddie
why
Money.
I'm
Finally.
going.
Have a little faith, Ronster.
And it feels good.
My Google News alerts are gonna pay off any day. It's like
As
gold
good
mine.
as a
It's waiting to
spiritual
happen.
ghoul friend. Fucking 800-year-old mummy.
Jon-Mark.
My Eddie
Oh, you
Mummy
can answer
joke was
Jon-Mark.
pretty
Sorry.
I can't answer.
Yeah, Lyle.
Yeah, let's hear where Jon-Mark goes.
I don't see Rush. I figured they're just kind of like, old.
Yeah.
I don't know. Same with Pink Floyd. I think they tend to traditionally stick with members or like relatives here to come fill in. like most bands do. You know, like Eddie Van Halen, he had his son come in.
You never
well,
know
I know, but like
know.
technically, that's what they do is they look for either their guitar techs or their drum techs or their family members, or you know, Metallica did it. Everybody does it. You know, when they're missing somebody, like James Hetfield when he caught himself on fire, had one of the guitar techs come fill in for his stuff. You know, when there was for a part time.
Well, but you got to remember, like Pink Floyd had like 8 drummers at this point. Like,
well, I know, but the closest thing I could imagine is Tool, because the bass player was from here originally,
for a
the
while,
first bass player. So I'm thinking it's in that same kind of group, I suppose. It's
not a bad. That was a herring I was about to chase.
Yeah.
Okay. Put you down for Tool. Okay, Rob.
But he didn't say an original member. He just said that it was like with Rush, there were 2 drummers, John Rutsey and Neil Peart. But this guy could have been friends with either one of them.
Possibly.
But with Pink Floyd, there are way more options. They had several drummers. Well, they had extra drummers. As far as I know, their original drummer, Nick Mason, has been with them all along. But on the Delicate Sound of Thunder tour, they had 2 drummers. Could have been one of those guys.
Yeah.
Rob.
Yeah, as soon as you said Tool, I kind of started thinking the same way Lyle was, because I had always knew that there was one of the members of Tool was at least initially or related to somebody there in Wenatchee.
Well, yeah, he went to the Wenatchee High School.
But it was,
Yeah, his family's here. I think they were originally from Spokane, but they moved here, and I believe Paul lived here for a while. But I went to youth group with his sisters. But yeah, Paul is definitely tied to Wenatchee, no question.
Okay, James.
Tool.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Tool also.
Fascinating. Okay. Brandon.
It does make me wonder, is Eddie Money considered prog rock?
No, definitely not.
Yeah.
Did you say prog rock?
Yeah. Could it be?
Did Chris say prog rock? Did I miss that?
I never said those words.
No. All the other Tool and
I see.
Rush.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying. You're right.
More like yacht rock.
Yeah, he's somewhere between yacht and AOR.
All right. Yeah, I'm going with Tool.
I'm feeling all alone on my Eddie Money aisle, but again, it doesn't matter.
Give me just a moment to tabulate scores here. Talk amongst yourselves.
Yeah, I know that Paul, I don't know if Paul graduated high school here, but the last time I saw Paul D'Amour in Wenatchee was at his sister's graduation at Wenatchee High, and he was definitely, he'd come back. And as far as I know, when my buddy Danny died, Paul's dad reached out because Danny was closer with that family than I was. And so, he saw me that I was part of the trial or something, the murder trial. And so he reached out to me. He wanted to, send condolences or whatever. I can't remember the conversation, but he's a really sweet guy. And at that time, the whole family still lived in Wenatchee. So I got to imagine, for anyone that doesn't know, Paul D'Amour is now in ministry.
Oh, wow.
Touring the world once again with ministry. So quite a career he's had. Yeah.
All right. I have results here. Let's go for the answers and see how you guys did for a fucking How Bizarre t-shirt, which we mailed to your home in the appropriate size even. Okay. And again, thank you, all 3 of you, for coming on and doing this. It was awesome to get you all on, and this has been really fucking fun.
It has been fun.
Okay, question 1. William Shakespeare either coined or popularized many of the common phrases we still use today. In fact, 3 out of 4 of the ones I read to you were all phrases that were popularized by him. We're getting down to it. The one I made up, though, was piece of cake. And Ron and Brandon got that correct.
Interesting stuff. Making noises is a piece of cake. We've got to sound.
Don't ever stop. And just let me know if you guys think if I say you didn't get it right and you did, because there's a lot of moving pieces.
Yeah, there's a lot
here.
to keep track of on this one.
Yeah. I think I got it pretty well done, but we'll see here. Question 2: in New York City, you can find just about anything you want, but you know what you're not going to fucking find is a goddamn Walmart. There's not a single Walmart in New York City.
Really? That surprises
Is there a
me.
reason behind that?
Yeah. I didn't actually find out, but no, they don't have a single Walmart in New York City. Nobody got that correct. First whiff of the night.
I wonder if it's, well, if they have maybe you don't know that they have all these others. You made them up, but
yeah.
I wonder if they
I looked
do
up
have
the
a
other ones
Costco.
actually.
Oh,
I was
you
like,
did
the
look 'em up.
Subway.
Okay.
Yeah, I looked them up. Yeah.
Yeah. Subway, eat fresh. Yeah, Subways are fucking everywhere.
Yeah, that's true. Question 3: there are 2 states in the U.S. where drivers are legally not allowed to pump their own gas. One of them is Oregon, Washington. One of them is Oregon. Ron, edit this. Make me
I
sound
sure
less
won't.
stoned.
No, you better start over then.
One of them is Oregon.
Washington.
The other is New Jersey.
Oh, shit.
Gas in New Jersey. Ron, Jon-Mark, James, and Brandon all got that correct.
You know, this would be the night that I get every answer right. When it matters not.
Don't hold your breath.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm sure not. Do we know anything behind that, too? I won't keep asking you this. I know that you just...
No, it's just the same thing as Oregon, Washington.
I can't believe it's still a thing.
Question
I guess
4.
you would be getting rid of some jobs if you got rid of it. You know, all those gas station attendants.
I'd be curious to find how Oregon's doing though these days. You know, because they decriminalized all drugs.
No,
Yeah.
I mean,
Most.
no. I mean, like,
But
they
didn't-
maybe
didn't-
decriminalized.
I thought it was all.
Hit with
is that not
heroin.
right?
It's
Is it
fine.
all drugs? I mean, yeah. No, you
it's-
can't be like doing black tar heroin and be like, yeah, cool.
I'll,
you're
I'll
cool.
look it up. We can move on, but I'll look that up.
Okay.
Yeah, look it up because I'm pretty sure it is.
I know
They're
that
just
they
giving you a fine.
Did Oregon decriminalize all drugs? No,
I'll
Ron,
look
you
it
are
up.
an
Let me
idiot.
let-
Okay, here it is. With ballot measure 110's passage, Oregon is the first U.S. state to decriminalize non-commercial possession there's your revenge, Chris, of drugs that are illegal under the Federal Controlled Substances Act.
Sounds legally. Oof.
That's not super clear, but it seems decriminalized possession for personal use of small amounts of drugs. So I do think I think that includes coke, heroin, and yeah,
acid, mushrooms.
yeah, small
I wouldn't
amounts.
mind.
They're not letting drug dealers get away with their shit, and certainly not smugglers. But you know, just the average user that gets caught, they're not going to send them to prison for 9 years like we have been doing, because that's fucking insane. And that's progress, if you ask the roster.
I agree with that. Question 4. Anne Frank's dad, who lived past his daughter, actually edited her diary before it was published. He largely edited... Ew, that's a really tough word for me right now. He largely made edits involving a bunch of references to sex and dirty jokes.
Oh, damn.
Oh, I'm okay
Rob,
with
James,
losing
and
out on
Brandon
that.
got that correct.
No, I went with the affair.
I know I said Rob, James, and Brandon.
No, see, I went with... Sorry.
No, you see.
No, you don't understand. He went with...
No, you're wrong. Are they gone forever? I know you don't always find all the information, but I'm dying to know if they're gone forever.
What's up?
I believe they are. I think
the edits.
draft that-
I want to know Anne Frank's
dirty jokes.
Dirty
Oh, you
jokes.
want to know the dirty joke
version.
Yeah,
the
a
uncensored
little bit of
version.
levity in an otherwise incredibly hard to fathom, almost impossible to fathom, dark story. A little bit of just a teenager being silly. I wonder what that would have looked like. Yeah, very interesting.
It would have. I hope maybe it's out there. I'll do a little digging. That would be fucking fascinating.
Yeah, I'd be curious to know too. That's crazy.
Question 5. The loudest recorded words ever spoken were from a human. The word, obviously. This is a train wreck.
No,
word,
it's
you're doing
everything a
great.
champion shit round of this goddamn podcast should be.
There's so many words. The word quiet reached 121.7 decibels. The sound as loud as a thunderclap or chainsaw revving up. Recorded by an Irish teacher. Brandon got that correct.
I did talk myself out of that one. This is great. I don't have to edit the sound effects in. Brandon, you're hired for nothing.
Yeah.
Just be here.
We'll
make what
expect
we
you
make.
3 times a month.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Tree fitting.
I was just telling the guys that I got a stream deck and you could log in like different audio files by buttons.
Yeah, we got to get on that.
Downloaded a bunch of them like that, and I just didn't put them in yet.
Yeah, that'll save me at least 10 minutes of editing. Interesting.
Question.
That doesn't surprise. I mean, I almost took that an answer.
You did. Then you strayed. Question 6. When cats bring humans dead animals, they are doing so because they think their owners are bad hunters and couldn't survive on their own.
Nice.
Ron and Jon-Mark got that correct.
Yeah, I'm curious how they got there too. I suppose if you study cats and you take humans out of the equation, you're going to get certain aspects. Because, you know, the whole notion of cats talking, like meowing, was a domesticated thing. Cats don't meow until they need something from their stupid owners. Now, if they could just go out and get their shit, then the only thing they need to meow about is for you to open the goddamn door so they can go do the hunting. I don't have outdoor cats, so I have not had this experience since I was a child. But I guess that's probably how they found their way to it. It's just separating the differences between domesticated animals and wild animals and trying to figure out what the fuck that meant. But I remember watching a documentary once. It was about why do the female lions specifically do all the hunt. They don't do all the hunting, but they do absolutely most of the hunting. And just, all you can do is make hypotheses by what you study, and it's just the lion, the boy lion is the king. And he just makes all the bitches go out and do the work. And it does seem to be a very patriarchal setup in that term. But when you think about it, it is incredibly matriarchal because the species is surviving by the women. And I always imagine the women turning on the men in the Lion Kingdom and seeing if that could change. And then suddenly you're bringing back all the food to the queen, like the Ant Kingdom. Fucking nature, man. It's crazy.
Poop things.
Poop things in nature. Somebody sent a Square Things in Nature post to the Facebook page. It was like this glacial carving or something, like an ice carving that was naturally occurring. Did you guys see that post? I can't remember who sent that. I'm sorry that I'm spacing who sent it, but it was perfectly square, well, rectangular, but perfectly squared off edges, and it was amazing to see. There are squarish things in nature, but I never guessed the right ones on the show, so it doesn't matter. I'll shut up now. We can move on.
I might have missed James on that one. Let me take a look here.
That was amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, it matters.
Okay. Question 7. Tigers do not accelerate super fast. They do not sleep 6 hours a day. They, in fact, sleep closer to 20. They do not have great vision as cubs. They can barely see, in fact. But they do not purr at all. Tigers don't purr. That shocked me.
Interesting.
Jon-Mark, Rob, and James
bullshit.
got that one correct.
What kind of cat doesn't purr?
Not a real one.
I'm starting to question if tigers are even cats. I'm starting to think Lyle's onto something. They're bears. They're orange bears.
Yeah, orange bears.
Disguising themselves as cats.
This actor once was a school teacher, but was fired from their teaching job when they punched a 15-year-old student who pulled a knife on them. We were talking about Liam Neeson.
Yes.
Yeah.
Lyle, James, and Brandon all got that correct. Question 9. A recent study was done on mice, and it's shown that if men regularly consume Coca-Cola, they're much more likely to have big balls because of a testosterone boost.
No shit.
Jon-Mark got that correct.
Okay, we have to have some science behind that.
A little bit, because what I've been told is a whole different story.
Well, I can pull it up if you want me to, but I ain't going to do it.
All right.
Wait, I actually did do it. I actually did pull it up over chatting here.
We got time.
A high concentration of Coca-Cola and Pepsi-Cola could raise TLD and TDD, enhance testosterone secretion, and increase serum EGF concentrations.
But they don't know why?
Sugar depresses. I don't know. Yeah, there is some. I didn't dig into it. I just saw the fucking factoid.
Right,
Okay,
that's fair.
Right,
That's fair. Yeah. I'm curious though.
Jon-Mark has a friend of a friend that filled in for a period as a drummer for a band that we've talked about ad nauseum on this podcast. It wasn't Rush. It wasn't Pink Floyd. It wasn't Tool. Oh. It was Eddie fucking Money.
No way.
Yeah. I've waited so long to not
I feel
get
like he would have
wrong.
thrown that out when Ron was getting fucking drilled by that.
Well, he sent it to me and I said, don't say a fucking word because I'm going to use this someday.
How long ago did this conversation happen?
Maybe 3 months. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, it was like 3-4 months ago.
Like I said, it was probably a new occurrence.
Yeah.
We've been sitting on it for a while.
That's great.
By my tally, Ronster has 5 points.
Unbelievable.
Oh, we don't count.
You don't count. Jon-Mark has 4. Lyle got 1.
Wow.
Rob got 2. James got 4. And Brandan got 5.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good job, Brandan.
For shits and giggles, Brandan, you have won the championship round. But for shits and giggles, I'm going to do a tiebreaker between you and Ron. Just to see, okay?
Bring it on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Just to see if I can actually end up being a loser. He's like, I don't like Ron tying. I'm going to give him a chance to lose. It's going to be one of these number ones that I overshoot by 2 million.
Here is another great cat question, large cat question. And if you guys can just send me a singular message to me. What percentage of Americans believe they could win a fist fight with a wild lion?
I'll send it over the group since it's right here. Okay.
Again, what percentage of Americans believe they could win a fist fight with a wild lion?
Believe.
That's just kind of like, why? You know what I mean? I could see like a kangaroo, because they're upright. And you
I sent that to the group, so nobody in the group say it.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay.
That's a good guess. It seems like sticking your head in a fucking alligator's mouth.
God, you too. Ronster went with 12%. Brandan went with 14%. The correct answer was 8%, which would make Ron our winner there. But congratulations, Brandan, for just dominating. Well, it was pretty close. But you did great this round of Weird Triv.
Yeah, you did do great. This was tough. The winner got half of the answers wrong. That's how tough this fucking round was.
Yeah.
Christopher stepping up his game, and I don't like it. Don't like it at all. Tigers don't purr. And don't drink semen. Drink Coke. I mean, if drinking semen's your thing, do it, but don't do it to boost them balls. I am dying to know. Okay, let me do a quick.
Well, the only thing I can think with Coke actually doing that is water retention.
Why does Coke boost testosterone?
Making your balls bigger.
Well, but making them bigger is one thing, but actually boosting your testosterone that's a chemical change in your entire body. Oh, it brought up cocaine. The effects of cocaine on the gonadal steroid hormones.
When I in December when I got really sick and I put on like 40 pounds of water weight, they hit my balls, dude. They're about the size of a fucking softball. I understand
the ball size. I don't understand but that wouldn't have increased it. Jesus Christ. We're at that level.
Motherfucker. The study concluded drinking Coca-Cola and Pepsi-Cola could promote testes development and enhance testosterone secretion. Our findings provide the scientific basis for fully understanding it's a carbonated beverage thing. Carbonated beverages affects and their mechanism on development and reproduction functions of humans and how they benefit the prevention of prostate dysfunction and cancer.
Could you possibly drink like carbonated water and have the same effect?
That's what I was wondering because I drink that shit every day. I'm horny as a motherfucker. But they're very different. I know that there's a type of carbonation. I think it's specifically in diet soda that is really hard on your kidneys. The rest of the carbonation it just is what it is. There's something about, I don't know what's specific about the diet soda. Like if you are worried about kidney things, you'd stay away from diet.
It's
pop.
The fake sugar shit. Yeah.
But let's see. Administration of coca for 25 days could decrease ovaries. Oh, this is in women.
I saw another one from the New York Post that had the same story. So I've seen it twice now.
Androgens play an important role in sexual differentiation. That's going into a different. The present study of carbonated beverage on the testes. Something to do with androgens. Huh. Well, fuck. That's a surprise.
The more you know.
What it really sounds like is, I mean, follow the money, right? Who paid for that study and what's it all named? It sounds to me like
They all have
The
Coca-Cola
study brought to you by
box
Coca-Cola.
stuck to their
Suckers.
I mean, it's obviously a ploy by the fucking business
by Big Sugar. Big corn syrup.
By Big Sugar.
Big Sugar. No, big soda.
I'm curious if this is differentiated between American Coke and the rest of the world, because I know there are other countries that use the corn syrup Coke, but from what I've heard, most countries use cane sugar. I wonder if it's different with those Cokes. But it does say
still
Pepsi.
Carbonated.
It's like all that shit's got, it does seem to be all about the carbonation.
It's all, I mean, it's you know, it's all doing horrible things to you while it's also maybe doing this one thing. I don't know.
Yeah. Well,
not only and giving you diabetes too. You should quit drinking it.
Yeah,
horrible.
100% sure.
Just drink water.
Carbonated water gets you a lot of that soda fix, and coffee. Coffee is actually good for your liver and kidneys, within reason. Not if you chase it with. The problem is so many Americans, especially, their idea of a coffee is basically as a candy bar with a little bit of caffeine on top of it. But if you drink just straight up coffee, it seems to be...
That's a pretty good description.
Pretty good for your liver especially, and kidneys to some degree, but only if you keep hydrated. Well, shall we get on out of here? I think we've done it. We've done our first championship round, and I think this is a good time to remind folks that they too can participate in this and our weekly shows. If you want to be on the show to try your hat at Weird Triv, all you got to do is ask. Reach out. Chris, you mentioned that we had a bit of a backlog. I think you're right. You mentioned on the last show, I think it's time to add some more into there, because schedules, you got a list of 3 or 4 people. That's not always going to work out. So I think we should get a bigger list going, and we grab who we grab. And
absolutely,
then, add the winners list to the championship round, and I think this could become a thing, because I had fun. I think everyone had fun. Hope it was fun to listen to.
Word.
Train wreck in a good way.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, thanks, Rob and James and Brandon, for participating, and congratulations to Brandon for winning the very first round of Championship Weird Triv. And you have to send us a selfie with you in that T-shirt and nothing else. Well, is that a deal? I'm going to start a new podcast called the Sea Cockers podcast, and it'll be Sea Hawkers After Dark. What do you think?
Said Sea Cockers.
I like Katie, but
Yards don't matter.
That was it. Wait, do it again.
Yards don't matter.
So we're hearing double wrong.
That's my voiceover voice. Yards. I have to go a little bit higher when I'm doing voiceover work. I have to do a gig tomorrow. I got
do you
a
think
2-hour
you can harmonize
voiceover
with
gig.
it if you played it again?
Oh, let's try it.
probably.
All right, here we go.
All right.
3, 2, 1.
Yards don't matter. The timing probably isn't working.
That was a poop things moment.
It works on my end.
Oh my God. Good night, you guys. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah. Have a good night. Krat!